It's the Caleb Lee MTGO Show.
You know, I haven't drafted an artifact deck in a minute. Maybe I'll start with Saga, see if I can lean into that. If I wasn't drafting Saga, I think like Deathcreature's Champion and Misty, maybe Blightstealer options, maybe Necromancy's an option. If you took the Deathcreature's Champion, I think you'd be trying to wheel the Lumberjack, or maybe move into Boros somehow, depending on what's open. Oh, Foot. Not really a Saga pack, is it? Some reasonable blue cards. Oh, they're passing Bowmasters, huh? They're passing me Bowmasters. All right. I have Bowmasters very high. Workshop's great. It's no Bowmasters. I think we're looking at like blue-black draw 7s now. Overlord's good. I'm gonna take Remand. Right, Mech Attack? Yeah. Yeah, even if you don't have the draw 7s, Bowmasters is still just really good. Super high ceiling, really high floor. There's a reason that card is just fucking everywhere, huh? I like the interaction. The Mire's a little bit more important. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Mr. Witless, thanks for 52 months there. Over under on the SpongeBob counterspell being added to the cube just for the tilt factor. I don't think this cube does that. I don't think this cube has many tilt factor additions of cards. It seems pretty straightforward. Ooh. Do I count Saga as a land in the deck or a half a land? It depends on what it's tutoring or cause. If Saga's tutoring up a Mox, then it's just a land, you know? Sometimes I'll even count it as fixing. Real solid chance it doesn't make the cut here. So I'm not going to think about it too hard yet. I value Baleful Mastery a lot. It actually does force draw with Bowmasters. Hard for me to pass Liliana. I wrote an article about this card once. Long time ago. It feels like another lifetime. That was over a decade ago. Yeah, I did a few single card articles. Force of Will, Brainstorm, Cabal Therapy, and Liliana. People seem to like the Cabal Therapy one the best. Yeah, we're all old, Captain Red. Liliana Jace. Yeah, I did that in Legacy a bit. Some blue-black control decks. Wow, Champion Wheeling, huh? I think Lethal Scheme's better than Damn. I guess I'll grab it. Nice. I was hoping the Siren would wheel. If blue's like being super heavily fought over, then this pack, which had 4 blue cards in it, might just come back empty, which would have been a bad sign. Bobble's another something for Saga, but I'm going to take the Curiosity. Tezzerator control. I didn't play Liliana in Tezzerator Ugly Paintings. My Tezzerator list was fucking wild. I'll pop it up real quick. So this was played in a field of like Rug Delver and such. And so I had cards like Wormcoil Engine in here. Solemns to ramp you to the Wormcoil, why not? Talismans, Signets. A single Thopter Foundry with no Sword of the Meek. Thopter Foundry upped the blue count for Force of Will. And it also was nice to protect cards like Wormcoil Engine and Solemn from Swords to Plowshares. Ended up being really good sometimes. The old one Chalice of the Void. Yeah, the Tez was pretty great. It was really good at chewing up opposing Jace the Mind Sculptors and finding cards to pitch to force and such. Killed really quickly. I had one game where I made my opponent's Sword of Fire and Ice a creature before Damnationing. That was pretty sweet. We got Darkslick Shores in here. That's how you know it's a good deck list. Anyway. Yeah, I think I like the Vista. I don't think I'm doing Reanimator stuff for Archon. A bit much to just add in. Almost like that lose focus. Currently, I don't have a duel for the Troll to grab, and when I get a duel, I already have multiple fetches to find it. I'm just going to take Ponder. But yeah, I think I'm the only person who's won a Legacy Open with Solemn Simulacrum in his deck. I think I have that dubious title. Is Palantir not as good as you think it is? Yeah, probably not. It's fine. It's a little bit better if you're more aggressive, and it's a little bit better if you are playing a turn one off of Mishra's Workshop. Having a 3-mana card like Scry 1 turn 1 and then do nothing turn 2 and then finally draw you a card turn 3 is not Vintage Cube playable in my opinion. So I don't put it in my control decks really. So Time Spiral would make this Bowmasters look a lot better. The issue is that I don't get to draft this Barrowgoyf, which is really fucking good. Really good card, that Barrowgoyf. I'm gonna take the Spiral though. Spiral's a draw 7. Is it? Is that what it does? So Xander's Lounge is a duel for the old fetches, which we kind of need, but we also don't really need. Kind of tempted by this Treachery. A little light on the old Gasaroony. Yeah, I think the Spiral pack will at least have a wheel for me, Maybe that 2-drop Reanimator, Duder, Emperor, whatever. I think Solemn might be in my top 10 too, Edmonton. I've played a shitload of that card. I have 2 fetches that can grab that Savai Triome. So on the off chance that I end up wanting to splash something. I don't see it though. It's gonna have to be a weird pack 3. God, I hope I don't have to play that Sorin. Curiosity is currently at 24th playable, but it could get better if we get a couple more evasive threats in here. It is my 23rd card, it'd be over here. Where now we have 1 shadow creature and 1 flyer. Digging that track? Nice. Yeah, I like Uncle Acid. Wasn't huge on their live show. Got the Tar Pit wheel. That's a good sign. Fortunately, that same show, I got to see King Buffalo and Howling Giant. Hey, a Mox Sapphire. Didn't a viewer call it? A viewer's calling Mox Sapphire, Mox Jet. Well done. We are a little light on playables, but Mox is still worth it. Daggerhawk with the calls. Really mana-intensive deck, too. So, like, an off-color Mox. We would take an off-color Mox, but it would be like, Find a Saga target? Yeah, I still don't know if I want to have Saga in the deck, though. I think I'm supposed to take Miscalc here. Really like Lorien Revealed, but we just, like, already have so many picks devoted to mana. Speaking of. Yeah, Retrofitter would be a solid little mini package for the Saga, but I think we like actually need this Underground Sea. Something for our 2 fetches to grab. Have actual good mana. Hey, more counters. One issue with my pile of counters is we don't really have card draw. Maybe that's a reason to play the Curiosity Hum. I'm feeling the Snuff Out. I'm feeling it. There's some nice pickups. So I run all this shit. We do only need 3 more cards. Darkslick's great, but I think our mana is already looking great right now. I'm going to take the Daze. Who doesn't like free, right? Who doesn't like free? Oh, shit, what up? Hey, I'm going to get 92. Thanks to the sub. Thanks to 11 months. Cuban and Lurkin. Yeah. The two best things in life. How high does Crab go? Crab's good. It is certainly better in some decks than others, but it does have like a ridiculously high ceiling, right? Are there enough creatures for Lethal Scheme? Yeah. And Unearth? Yeah, both of those creatures need less creatures than this Enduring Curiosity. With Unearth, you mostly care about the quality of the creature that you're rebuying, not that you've got like a bunch of shitty creatures. We got some good ones, huh? Bowmasters, Voidwalker, Sidgemore, Witch, Kiora. All real pleasant Unearth targets. And you can always cycle it. This is a good Confluence deck. Confluence can bounce 3 creatures before you spiral. It's also like a draw spell, which we're pretty low on. You were surprised they put the Infinite of Sedgemoor and Chain of Smog in here? Yeah. It's been pretty good. Especially good with the green-black 2/2, right? That actually just kills them. Not a crazy image, but I like the Fatal Push. We have like 3 fetches for it. Typically, if I activate Wishclaw, Archer Lore, I want to be winning the game that turn. It only goes in my like Dead You combo decks, like Storm and such. Yeah, I've never really liked Shredder, Big Nub. I think there's too many games where he just does nothing. You just have a 2 and a 1/3. But that's just me. I think we have 1 cut to make now. Possibly I should have been looking for Dark Depths stuff. Actually won the first year of CubeCon for the blue-black deck. Kind of like this. I also had the Dark Depths combo in there. Do I want to play Spiral here? I do, yeah, that's why it's in my deck. Is that CubeCon match recorded anywhere? Well, it was a whole top 8, so there were 3 matches recorded. And yeah, I think they're on YouTube somewhere. Correct, I do not like Shredder in this deck, or any deck, really. It's a little bit better with the Mishra's Bauble, but I'd rather not have to play that Mishra's Bauble. Does it trigger this? No. It's a little bit better with the flying from Curiosity. I think it's just worse than all my other things, though. Pound for pound. Sure. I was looking for, kind of thinking about trying to find a 2-mana counter for turn 2, but instead we'll have a double play, I guess. I drew the Nethergoyf here because fewer discard spells hit the Nethergoyf. We got like Duressed. Very annoying board, I mean, without any sweepers. I think these moms are kind of just gonna dominate this game. S. Janny, I don't know what that is, Nick. A Johnny or Frog? I would take Frog. I think Frog is my highest non-power pick in the cube. Johnny might be second, though. Johnny's real fucked up. Yeah, I think pack 1, pick 1, I take 4th over a Johnny. Just because 4th fits more decks. Fits like a wider swath of the curve. Johnny's ceiling is higher than fourths, weirdly, but Flash is not in my top 10, no. I don't know why some people are so high on Flash that they have it over something like Entomb. Very similar things. Is Library of Alexandria too slow now? No, that's a great card. It's no longer like a windmill slam, always draft, pack one, pick one. But that's not the same thing as being too slow, right? I went from being one of the best cards in the cube in terms of considering it for pack one, pick one all the time. But then as the cube got faster, now it's more of like a 6th or 8th pick. That's totally fine, right? Still one of the best cards in the cube. Certainly not down among the dregs. Still going to beat some slower decks by itself. Good old Leyline to win the game. There's just fewer of those slower decks around. Oh, shit, what up? Hey, you're in stream. Thanks to the sub. Thanks to the 38 months there. Almost 3 years. Hell yeah. You think people are down on reanimate a thing and say go? How is that different than flashing a thing and saying go? Why? What are you talking about? I didn't mention Corpse Dance or Shallow Grave. That's not what I'm setting. That's not what I'm using Entomb for. Is this another way of getting your Atraxa into play, right? And your Entomb is going to work with way more cards than your Flash is in terms of like actually winning the game, in terms of actual backbreaking. Flashing in an Archon is so much worse than reanimating it, right? Or Grizzlebrand, for that matter. Just gonna sit here and slowly get out of this Spellbinder. Hope that's fine with everybody. Where you been, Fatal Push? Fatal Push would have been so good against these moms earlier, and they're so bad now. That's not really why I'm drafting Entomb Sanity Well. Or comparing it to Flash. People really value Flash highly, but it is like another way of cheating things into play, and there's like 3 or 4 great ways to cheat things into play in the cube. One of the cool things about Entomb is that you finds you the thing that you want to cheat into play. It's like a vamp tutor straight. It's like a demonic tutor straight to the fucking right where you want it, Tom. Oh shit, what up? Hey Sorbius, thanks to the sub, thanks to the 61 months. Yeah, I don't like those comments, Big Nub. Not the rule of the chat to feed me lines. Next turn I do kind of like serving though. Like they use moms so we can interact with our pushes and sing into stupors and such. They kill the Liliana, they'll be growing the Goyf as well. Oh, that's annoying. I was like, I finally got this Esper Sentinel off the board. Harvester of Misery cannot target a White Knight. It's also like not being cycled, you just discard it. The issue with surging with Sedgemoor is that Thalia's got first strike, so they get like a relatively free double block. A little clutch in the house, yeah, a little bit. Thalia is very annoying too. want to leave enough mana, not equipping here. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like they've got some kind of removal spell over there. Hello. No, I liked what I did, Bongo. They were just gonna activate one of them, right? I'd like to get that Philia off the board. I don't think I can. Oh, interesting. Could kill their flyer. I'm just gonna kill the mom, though. Rocking those glasses, thank you. Yeah, I don't need them for like short range, so I don't wear them when I'm on the computer very often. But if I'm up and doing stuff, if I need that long range vision. I don't like the looks of that. Oh, just Glimmer Lens, sure. Yeah, I don't know if we're in a spot where we can race this Shadow Spear. It's not a bad rip. Dead, red 8 life. Not really far from dead, but it's going to take them 2 attacks with the Spellbinder because we are at 8, not 4. You think they're overblocking? They might just be like trying to get stuff out of my hand here. Don't they just kill the Bowmasters and swing? With what, friend? What removal spell? And if they did do that, it wouldn't be 8 life, and we have a Snuff Out. What are you talking about? And my removal spell gives me another blocker? Like, come on. A God of Souls is a concern. Preventing them from using the Giver of Runes as evasion on their turn, But if they just like need a couple more critters, and this guide is going to be evasion. Sign a little bit more some. Heads up, Golans. Yeah, it's a pretty good Sedgemoor Witch deck. I'm not super thrilled about it because it's still not like winning me the game like that Sarah Paragon. I wish I had Miscalc up for that one, I'll try that out. A little more flyer hum. I feel like the Mishra's Bauble should be in if I'm playing the Shredder. Bauble's pretty bad against the Thalia deck, though. Harvester would have been nice. It would have nuked my own board, but it would, like, cleared all those Mother Runes, so I didn't have to dick around and burn all my removal hum. I'm gonna Force a Negation should have come out. Annabelle endings to 68 months. Got me. Oh no, I've just been Eagles. Sure. I thought I was getting tired there for a second. Do 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 do. Be nice to slam Kiora here, but I'm just gonna pass. Got me. Very tempted to Force Negation that. Now I gotta decide between killing the Thalia or the Spellbinder, and then I'll kill that Thalia. Yeah, again, I like slamming the Cure there. It does threaten to spit out 8/8s. But they put it in my Force Negation. I kind of wonder why, hum. Guess we find out why. I guess I play the One Ring. Suppose. Oh, it got exiled to the Force Negation. I wouldn't be able to get it back. Well, I guess I don't. Glad I double checked him. Yeah, didn't have that stupid green counter on it. Isn't it exiled? Well, everything that you can play with Voidwalker is exiled. Hence my temporary confusion. Yeah, it has to be exiled with the Voidwalker, though, yeah. Potentially less exciting when I have Voidwalker here, hum. Yeah, that's the plan, Lucanus. Well, maybe not. I guess I was supposed to discard. It's not going to trigger now. It's probably better to lethal scheme there, hum. Grow my critters. Doesn't really matter. Oh, nice juicy targets for that Bowmaster. What are my thoughts on Lethal Scheme now that I've had time within the cube? I'm not high on it. It's fine. It's probably about as good as this Infernal Grasp that I'm also not high on. I don't think Soren's very good, no. Both games we played, the damage my opponent has gotten in has been with the flyer. Soren doesn't really do that. Cool, Bartaboos. Yeah, Bowmaster's very high, too. Nice vibe on this track. Yeah, I dig the vibe of this track a lot, too. The album cover is also ridiculous. Just extremely colorful and stuff. Easy to fall in love with. They started as a joke band, and then they just, like, started making more and more real music. I almost like this hand. One of the big issues is that the Thalia decks you might not even get to grasp onto, and then your whole hand does nothing. This is better. I think I got up in the Force Negation and just hope we don't get Parallax Waved or One Ringed. You want to learn some sweet bass lines, so some suggestions. I recommend Bach. That guy had some sweet ones. Kind of regretting this mountain start now, or the swamp start rather, because now I don't have days up. The Leon has a great draw there. Removal spell that doesn't target. Bye, Mom. That would be an excellent card to days, huh? Oh, they had Liliana? Yeah, I think they really wanted to hit my Mox here. That was a boon for me. They're like, they could have just attacked and cleared the Liliana as the thing. And now if this dies, I get a 3/3. It's just so much better for me. Why did I discard Harvester before to kill the Mother Runes? Because I was holding up Hardcast Days. That's why I was doing that. That's why I let on the Swamp. I was trying to hide the Days. Get them to use their mana, and then they didn't do that anyway. This Hardcast Harvester is going to be great now, Chrono. They'll still have that enduring. Opponent took 20 minutes to play mono white. Yeah, it's fine. I'm finishing all 3 games. They're less than 10 minutes behind me. A lot of people have like slow internet connections, or like they're just learning Magic Online. Try not to let it harsh my buzz too much. If someone's taking their time. Tarpik could serve in here, increase the clock. Maybe I should just Kiora him. Yeah, let's just Kiora him. You play slow due to brain lag. Brain lags is, yeah, that's a serious thing. I get a little bit of that myself sometimes. Once when I was a small child, my folks were getting impatient with me. And I was trying to explain. And I said, you know, Mom, sometimes I'm just a slow boy. And I was not allowed to forget that I said that. that was repeated to me often. Hey, sup, Mark? I think activating Tar Pit's better than lethal scheming something. I'll just put an instant in the graveyard for the Goyf. Yeah, maybe it's better to just kill something. It's possible I should have used the cure to loot there. Opponent kind of needs Parallax Wave to stay in this. Or One Ring into Parallax Wave. Yeah. Garber, if you ever want to recommend games to me for variety streams, the best way to do it is to just ping me either in the Discord. There's a room there for all for devoted to stream, or Blue Sky. That would also be solid. I gotta tell you though, this Mechabellum does not look like my kind of game. Not huge on survival games, not huge on auto battlers. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, Astafair. Some of my viewers end up with a pretty good ideas, my tastes, just from watching over the years. Caleb fights his own battles. Is Blue Sky the place the Magic community's fled to? Not the word I would use, but yeah, if you want to use something that's Twitter-like, but don't want to support Elon, it's a pretty good place to do it. What's an auto battler? You do a round of drafting units, and then all those units fight against the other people's units, and then you like modify them and update them and stuff, and then you watch them do battle for a while again. Really not for me. I tried to learn one of them, and I was like, man, there's a lot of fucking downtime here, isn't there? But they are very popular. You just saw who tomorrow's guest is? Yeah. Yeah, it should be a good time. And the days finally ends up being relevant, that we held for like the literally entire game. This days might not be happening in turn 1 here. I've been really happy with Spyglass Siren, but I mean, Spyglass is just one of my favorite cards. No way for me to be unhappy with that one. But it's super efficient. I was playing in Reanimator the other day and like used the map token to get a fatty into the graveyard and felt fucking great. Hey, Boy G, thanks the sub. Have I seen the official Magic Twitch channel stream? Is just playing kitties with dice? Huh? No, I've not seen that. Hell yeah, boy Gene. So much YouTube content for people to go through. You should follow my YouTube. You should follow my YouTube. Yeah, the YouTube's a slightly different vibe. It's like curated and condensed, so you can watch through a league really quick. And it's like a lot of highlights, so it's a lot of like the sicker leagues. But because it's like condensed and such, the tunes are stripped out. So it's a different vibe. You'll see me like banging my head to like fucking nothing a lot. I have had viewers on YouTube find bands that way though. Just being like, what the fuck's Caleb listening to? What's he talking about? And, like, look up the bands. How it goes? It's going alright, Skyfish. But yeah, my editor's been crushing it. Just a consistent stream of videos. He uploaded the vintage run I did the other weekend too. Yeah, I never take that as a compliment, Sergeant. Even if it's meant that way. Get some beats in. Are any of the Start Your Engines cards powerful enough for Vintage Cube? Oh, I don't know off the top of my head. There's the red loot that like gives things haste. That's just worse than the actual enchantment we have, huh? Yeah, we already have a 2-mana enchantment that does that. Oh, you're fine, Sergeant. Just letting you know. No way for you to know unless someone tells you, huh? No apology required. The Edict? Oh, yeah, the Edict's pretty good. People like that one in Vintage, too. Might as well get my 1/1. I didn't Infernal Grasp on their turn because I wanted to have more mana up. I guess there was like a Force of Will battle. Force of Will, Spell Pierce stuff. I think they thought pitch casting the Subtlety would let them blink the kitten. Hey, Sublead Troll. Maybe I should let that resolve. Yeah. Yeah, so I just let the Narset resolve, then I would still have remain for this Toxic, and it wouldn't be very good here. Cycling Miscalc does not grow my Goyf, unfortunately. I don't lose my whole board. Yeah, I realized when they played to the Subtlety that they could just blink the kitten when they force. So I might as well have Infernal Grasp on their turn. It was good that we got their Subtlety too, though. Gonna get to see this band this year at Mad with Power. Pretty excited about that. Is Kitten good outside of the artifact deck? Well, Kitten's at its best with the 6-drop artifact that like taps to make 3 mana and draws 3 cards when it comes into play. And that doesn't have to necessarily be in the artifact deck. Kitten's also good with walkers. Like the Teferi combo goes infinite with the Kitten, and that's just like having a Mox, 8 Teferi, and the cat, right? So you can build around cat and not build the artifact deck. It's just intuitive a lot of the time. Right, Tux? I'm really excited about it. All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be back in a minute. Sure. Thanks for hanging out, folks. Thanks for waiting for me. Sorry about the delay. Really open for like any land at all here, so we can Siren plus activate. Well, this is maybe helpful. Yeah, I was gonna say, weren't they like a blue artifact deck last game? You have a mental picture of what Fang von Rothenstein looks like? You hope he doesn't disappoint. Yeah. I mean, he is a barbarian vocalist for a power metal band. So your mental image is probably accurate. I gotta say, I'm assuming there's like roughly 0 chance that he shows up in full armor. Because it takes time to put on, and I'm sure it's very hot and sweaty and all that. You had to Google them? I've talked about Lords of the Trident on stream a bit. Local Madison power metal band. They play a lot of festivals around here. I've seen them at the Milwaukee Metal Fest, for example. They've done some international touring. And they're responsible for the Mad with Power Festival here in Madison. The story of the Mad with Power Festival is they basically got screwed around by another festival. And they were like, fuck this. We'll do our own festival. And it'll have pinball and arcade machines. And then it ended up being like wildly successful and grew every year. And now it's the largest power metal festival in North America. And it's here in my hometown at a sweet venue. Really cool stuff. Lord of the Trident, of course, still play every year. Looking forward to seeing them again. Do they have the AC/DC pinball? I don't remember which ones they had last year. Very tempting to disturb a tar pit here. Power metal is just regular metal with Moxen? Exactly. Just metal with some good first picks. So the timing must have just been good. I'm excited. I haven't had a guest on the stream in a long time. excited, a little nervous. I have had he's coming, because he lives here in Madison, he's coming here to my lair. And I have had people join me on stream before, join me here in my office before, but it has been a bit. Does he play Magic? Not actively, but he has. He's one of those people with a bunch of cards in his closet. He's been meaning to dig out. Make sure to clean the bathroom. Already ahead of you. What's the issue? And most of my office too. It like needed a cleaning, so this is good. Good incentive there. Could cycle the miscalc. I think I'm gonna hold it. That is a very unfortunate counter for them to have. And also very punished for not cycling the miscalc. I almost pondered on turn 1, and I'm regretting not doing that too. Make sure I clean your bathroom as well. Of course, of course. Regrout the tile in the bathroom. It needs it. It needs it. I've heard that's a pain in the dick, but I've never done it before. You love having guests. Your house would be a mess if nobody came to visit. Right, Trooper? Yeah, I'm the same way. And then you get to enjoy your house being hyper clean for a bit. Okay, keep on holding up the counter then. You'd rather move than grout your shower again? Yeah. I didn't mind grouting the laundry room when we just tiled it. That was like way more relaxing for me than the actual tiling process. Not surprised by the mana leak. Hiring cleaners rules. The last time I hired a cleaner here in Madison, I had a really negative experience. Yeah, I assumed that they were gonna like give everything a deep clean and stuff, and then they just came in and ran a like a floor washer over the floor. I was like, okay, officially a worse job than I would have done. Great. Well, this 8/8 seems pretty good. You got to see Delane and Xandria 2 weeks ago. It was a good show. Oh, yeah? That's fucking awesome. I've got The Faint coming up. I'm going to rebuy Ponder instead of Forced Negation. Might regret that, Nice. Kind of lucky their Titania wasn't doing anything, Oh, I gotta imagine that's common, Amethyst? If the Cure could give you multiples, though, multiple 8/8s. Ooh, boy. Correct Hierophant. Yeah, you just keep the original. Same with the Minskin Boo. If you like accidentally misclick it, just like, alright, I'll keep the large one. Yeah, no problem. Have a good one. Pyro Dice. I guess we can keep this, huh? Kill something, turn 2, play a Kiora. Hopefully get our second black source this time. Maybe I'll actually convoke with it this time, Well, there's my second black source. Yeah, they grabbed the Oko kind of predictably. I'll put this Kiora anyway. Actually, yeah, I'm still playing it. Could just hold up the hardcast force negation. But I figure if they land Oko, like we can just lethal scheme it, right? They get a 3/3, who cares? Hotmail's crazy. The very first email address I ever had, a friend made for me. Because they wanted to email me stuff. And I was like, I'm not going to make an email. I don't need it. I'm too lazy to do that. And so they made me an email account called I Am Too Lazy. I'm actually too lazy to make an account at hotmail.com. And made me fucking write that out. And then the Caleb Durward at Hotmail account was the second one that I made. It's a little shorter, a little bit more manageable, a little easier to write on a little slip of paper, you know. But the but yeah, I still have a Gmail account. I'm not a monster. I originally thought the Gmail account was gonna be my work account, and then it turned out that I just like never check it. So it's just an extra spam folder, I guess. That would have been a good one to force negation, Can I win with 80 months? Sure, in the prime. Can I win says, work tried to slow me down, but nothing can keep me from the cube streams. Glad you're here. Should have tapped that off the Sunken Ruins, so it'd still have Infernal Grasp here. Yeah, same deep nerf. I mean, I've got too much shit in it right now. Like, there's a bunch of old files and stuff that I'd have to move if I was gonna move off of it. But yeah, I don't really like the Outlook stuff. So I'd be milling 2 cards. It's a lot of damage. Can kind of run over other things here. Speaking of 7/7's pretty bad for me. Well, wish I'd put that slightly differently. Am I dead? Not if they do that. I was worried about Woodlands copying the Brawler here. Might have another giant trampler, right? Oh, farts. Oh, I should have attacked first, huh? Well, maybe this is fine. Well, this worked out okay, huh? Just need to not fucking die here. Hey, Treskies, thanks for the 97 months there. Coming for you, 100. Oh, you're so close, Treskies. Oh, shame. Yeah, last turn I think they could have just like gotten there with the Brawler. It would have been like a 3-3 trampler. But this turn they saw it with the Nadu. Oh, I did the Woodland. We were last turn, so like if someone's fucking up, maybe kind of give them the chance to continue doing so. Yeah, I like the attack with the Siren because it set up the found me that works to set up the Spiral the next turn. Love you some Demir. Big same. I dig this opener. Turn 1 Siren. Daze, Liliana Edict. How do I feel about the most recent additions to the cube? I'm high on some of them, low on some of them. I'm not a big fan of the white vehicle. It's like a shitty revoker. Huge fan of stock up though. You're frustrated that Field of the Dead wasn't removed? Didn't they add Field of the Dead because they added Golos? I don't know what you mean by that, Chrono. Any big miss, like cards that I would like to have in here? Yeah, Force of Will, Ancestral Recall, Time Walk, Shieldred. Shieldred would be another good one. If we had Shieldred and Orcs, and then like another draw 7, that would be handy. I think this is coming together very well. A Daze on the Soul Ring ending up looking very important as they miss their 3rd land drop here. And the next turn we can just cat and draw some cards. Oh shit, and that trophy? How about that? I didn't even realize we were winning that much. Well, that's fun.